Hi everybody, back with another video, and I'm kind of doing like a fresh off the hook thing, but it's not really off the hook thing, and it's kind of just a little update on things. Number one, in a previous video, I talked about doing Happy Cat and Pumpkin Table Runner, which is this right here. That's what it looks like up close. Now, the skill level for this is intermediate. To me, I myself, I don't find it intermediate. I just find it frustrating. I've actually done I've done 8 rows. And in case you're wondering how I do it, here's how the pattern is set up. For the first 4 rows, it tells you what to do. And then for rows 5 through 48, it tells you to follow this block, or this graph, or this chart. It's not that it's hard. It involves a lot of counting and double checking. And if you're like me and you have a vision problem, like in a lot of my other videos, you've seen me either wearing my glasses or I have my contacts in like I do now. Well, that's fine. You still really like, 1, 2, 3, I lost count, let me go back. And it can be frustrating. I wish they would have put this graph in the back of the magazine. I don't have one here, but like in the back here somewhere would have been great, where it was bigger. I'm gonna have to probably scan it onto my desktop and enlarge it, because it's like, because I do a lot of crocheting and patterns. I have like reading glasses. Even though I have prescription glasses, like I'll wear the reading glasses sometimes depending on how the pattern's printed, or if I'm working with like baby yarn that's finer, and it depends like if I'm doing and like what stitch I'm doing, I'll wear them. But anyhow, enough about that. I've gotten the first 8 rows, and I'll show you here. Hang on. It calls for a size 10/1.15 millimeter steel hook. All my steel hooks, I don't have a 10/1.15 millimeter, so I'm using a size 8. Not sure if you can see, but it's a size 8 hook. And I've looked at Walmart. Our super center doesn't have it. I'm going to have to check AC more. Either way, I am not ripping this pattern out again to redo it. Because you're using, they call it, is it crochet thread or cotton? I call it thread. But anyhow, y'all, this is the first 8 rows. Kind of show you here. And no, like it doesn't look blocked. This is like a block or fillet crochet. I call it blocking crochet. But this is how it's kind of looking. This is the pumpkin section that you're seeing. And then this is the cat section that you're starting to see. But this is the first 8 rows. It's 221 chains. Now you're probably thinking, that can't be hard to follow a block and just crochet along. If you've ever worked with yarn or cotton like this, y'all, this is how thin it is. And this is how big the hook is. Right here. It can be a pain in the butt. But my dearly beloved Nana I love her to pieces, and I would do anything for her. Once a doily for out in our hall on top of our old-fashioned antique record player. Well, she saw this pattern I showed her, and she liked it, so I said I'd crochet it because we can leave it up till Thanksgiving. But I forgot how much of a pain this is, but you know what? It don't matter because it's for my Nana. And I like the pattern. I just wish it was bigger. The pattern itself was bigger, that you could see clearer. But once you start crocheting it, like once you get to about row 4 or 5, like my hands get like were achy from it because it's like the yarn so little is thin and the hook is thin. But once you start working up, it's not so bad because you have something. Like, I'll just show you, like, for example, if I'm crocheting this way, and I have my yarn wrapped, and I wrap my yarn like this, and my hook, and I'm going along, I have something to hold on to. So, that's that. And I think it's looking great. And in case you're wondering how I'm keeping my pattern count, because, as I said, this is so small, and it does have the rows written on here, and you're like, how are you telling what row is what? Number 1, I have to count. Number 2, I keep, on a piece of paper, I keep track. Rows 5 through 48, and then when I get through that, it tells me rows 49 through 142, so then I'll start writing those. And then rows 144 to 188, I'll do that on another piece of paper and just keep checking off each row till it's completed. And then I will soak this in starch, block it off, and iron it and show everybody the finished result. But I will show you like day by day how it's going or something like that. Let's see what else. No word on my biopsy yet. It's been 2 weeks. That's how the area is looking. I'm able to keep a band-aid off of it now, which is yay. It stopped draining and everything else. I am still keeping Neosporin on it as a protection barrier. So that's that. What else is new? I lost 2 pounds. That's great. Now I want to talk a little bit about what a friend or a YouTube subscriber I watch called Mr.whereimgoing. He was talking about some things that annoy him. Well, in the next video I'm going to talk about what annoys me. Anyhow, before we get into that, if you like any of my videos that you're seeing, and feel free, there's a whole pile there to watch. Subscribe up above. And I'll put in the doobly-doo below, I'll put what magazine that I got this out of, so you can go to the website and check it out. I mean, Crochet World is great. I just wish the graphs would be bigger, but anyhow, that's that. So for that, I will see everybody later.